Welcome this morning. Mr Maclachlan, you have 5 minutes with a possible extension of 3. If you could give us your name for the record and the agenda item you're speaking to when you're ready.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Council, for this opportunity. I'm speaking to the motion regarding Batemans Bay Community Centre, PET 19/001. I had a company which ran multi-use centres for profit. I offered my P&Ls to Council on a number of occasions to assist understanding how profitable multi-use venues are run. I'd like to address today the business case referred to in this motion. I'd also like to address the impact the Batemans Bay Community Centre will have on the outcomes of the new Arts Centre in Mackay Park. At the last 2 council held forums on the Aquatic Arts Centre at Mackay Park, which was conducted for businesses, I requested Council's list of potential users for the new Arts Centre, and I asked if the users included Batemans Bay Community Centre users so that informed input could be made at that forum. On both occasions I received a positive response that the request would be considered, though I've heard nothing further. At the last business forum for the Mackay Park Centre, I also asked if a business case could be furnished to enable informed input. The council officer running the forum said that he would consider this and see if he could provide the business case in confidence to the Batemans Bay Business and Tourism Chamber. The architects in the forum then interjected and said there was no business case, though there was a list of potential users. So the architects had just told us that they had been designing a significant centre without a business case. Those present were gobsmacked by that revelation. Much of the General Manager's response to this motion focuses on offsetting the new Arts Centre costs with Batemans Bay Community Centre costs. This rationale signifies the change of use of the new Arts Centre to more of an inevitable replacement of the Batemans Bay Community Centre. I don't believe the people of the Shire will reconcile a new Arts Centre becoming a glorified community centre. The community expects Council to provide what they set out to provide, and that is an iconic arts facility which would provide significant entertainment and not be a white elephant. The Batemans Bay Business and Tourism Chamber has always said the new Arts Centre at Mackay Park needs sufficient seating capacity and open space capacity to be multi-use, relevant and limit being a burden to the ratepayer. Unfortunately, when design is born out of benchmarking loss-making LGA-run centres, then the notion of reducing capacity to mitigate loss becomes okay, when in fact the opposite is true. Almost 2 years ago, I made public comments that 500 seats was small and would not attract national acts and have a lot of difficulty attracting popular acts. I said the venue could not expect to see shows such as the Wiggles. My comments were publicly negated by the Mayor, who made reference to my Wiggles comment in a Bay Post article. The new Arts Centre has now been reduced to a size that will definitely not hold the Wiggles, or national acts, nor trade shows, nor large format events such as multiple choirs and exhibitions. The new Arts Centre is now too small to be leased or privately managed due to a lack of financially viable seating capacity and open space, thus increasing ratepayer burden. If Council decides to sell the Batemans Bay Community Centre, then Council needs to reset people's expectations about the new Arts Centre and its purpose. Council also needs to reset Batemans Bay Community Centre users' expectations if OTM's business case, including suggested rates, is adopted. It was mentioned in the General Manager's response to this motion that Council had adopted OTM's business case. While Council has stated they have not made a decision on selling Batemans Bay Community Centre, I would hope this motion is passed by councillors to simply acknowledge the community sentiment about the Batemans Bay Community Centre and, more importantly, the community concerns about Mackay Park outcomes and process. Remember, Eurobodalla has 450 seats and 1,500 seats. Nowra has 900 seats. The Soldiers Club has about 450 seats. Why are we doing 350 seats with no multi-use space? Thank you for that.
Councillors, do you have any questions for Mr Maclachlan? Councillor Main.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Through you, and thanks, Mr Maclachlan, for your presentation this morning.
Thank you.
Look, I was on public record in this chamber when we had the 15 minutes to make a decision, and I made the comment that I was a little bit concerned at the time that we were moving from 500 seats to 350 seats. That wasn't being locked in. It's on the record. I'm happy I put it on there. Because I'm not an expert on seating. I'm an amateur theatre producer for 120 people. That's my only credibility I have in this space. So the question to you is, on what basis do you think 350 is a potential problem for this council, and why is 500 and above potentially a better option?
Simple maths. That's it. 350, when you take out riders and promotional seats, you're looking at around 300 seats, selling 300 seats. Regional areas, if you're looking at $50 tickets, that's a common price point, $15,000, you won't get the Wiggles. You won't get Pete Murray, you won't get a lot of the things that the club has. Simple maths. What I mentioned earlier on is that unfortunately when you benchmark loss-making LGA-run facilities, you tend to downsize because you want to mitigate loss. Now, that's simply untrue. The opposite is in fact true. You need capacity to make money and lessen the burden.
Councillors, are there any further questions for Mr Maclachlan? Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.